the chicks is thicker. Reppin' for the team, that's the pinche Houston Sippers. She don't want your liquor, she don't want your chipper. She poppin' for a legend, that's a real massa flipper. This is for la raza, this is for la raza. I'm in my trap, casa whipping up the damn massa. Episode 50. It's a big day, man. This is an epic episode, man, because it's all about the fans, man. We're taking fan questions. We had y'all hit me up on my social media, and we're gonna get to that in a second, man. But I'm excited, bro. We made it all the way to episode 50.
That's kind of monumental.
That's kind of actually that's very good. That means we've been. That's a meme.
That means that we've been
pretty consistent.
That means
that means
we're consistent.
Consistent AF, guys.
Tour. But it took us a while, though. It just feels like, 50 it's like, well, it's kind of a small number, But hey, we're getting started, man. It's a new year. What is it? January 30th?
Yeah,
January 30th, man. And these Valentine's stuff, it's been on the shelves already for it seems like 2 months. Like, these motherfuckers are like, hey, man, I don't want to fuck up y'all's New Year's, but we got Valentine's shit to sell, so y'all need to get the fuck about the way.
Yeah.
And we need to put these candies and these roses in your face.
When do you think you first saw Valentine's things? Was it beginning of Christmas, mid-Christmas?
How about I was at Hobby Lobby, and they already had a little section. It was small. It wasn't that big yet, but they were already kicking out Christmas.
I need to get in the holiday business.
Yeah.
We were going to do Nashville around Valentine's, but we don't know if we're going to still try to go, I don't know if we're going to be adding more cities and stuff, Chicago, be on the lookout. That's definitely, I think, one for sure. Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, Latinos Fuck Tour. And I need to get into the holiday business, though. I need to do the holiday tour.
Just real quick, a couple of dates that are pending that may happen for all those fans who have asked, what about Atlanta? What about,
Tacoma?
Tacoma is pending.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait.
Tacoma's pending. I don't want to say what date, but I'm waiting to hear back. So just
cool.
Fans, Tacoma, Chicago, we're figuring that out.
These are all Native American names too. Chicago, Tacoma. We need to hit Yakima, Washington.
What about Vegas?
Washington might not be a Native American word. Las Vegas. Tenochtitlan.
It's more of South America.
So your mom was talking to me about, hey baby, I need you to focus.
I know.
Your mom was talking to me about some Mexico stuff, or boy, that phone is the devil. My co-host is hostage right now about distractions.
She got the new one, so
just so distracted. So her mom was talking to me about some Mexican stuff, and the way she'd be like, sí, Pete, tú no sabes que los marcianos en Tenochtitlan, she Chinampa, y es que es algo muy avanzado que Tenochtitlan. I was like, damn, I never heard her Nahuatl accent.
She said a real proper.
Yeah, she spoke straight Aztec.
My mom says if she died and came back, she'd love to be an anthropologist. She's a nerd.
What? Your mom's a stylist, right?
She's a hairdresser.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's her thing, is history. And she'll sit there and have a whole combo with you, does she not, babe?
Yeah, she'll break it down. Tenochtitlan.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And did you know that? And I'm just like...
Did you know that in Xochimilco, Chapultepec?
I was like, okay.
Okay.
And I was like...
So should we do the fan questions?
Yeah, you want to dive right into
Episode 50. Thank you guys for joining us. Let's dive into the questions.
Let's
Hopefully
do it.
I get the right answer.
And we should also say, so this is dropping on, it's the 30th. You got February show coming up, right?
We got... Shit.
January 31st, West Palm Beach. February 1st and 2nd, Miami. First time in Miami. About to pop that cherry at Miami. It's a brand new venue. It's a brand new venue, and I'm excited that. Thank you, Matt Coleman, for calling us. And
yeah, shout out to the Improv. I'm gonna be in there smelling like coconut oil. Smelling like a Cuban sandwich. I'm talking about espresso in hand. I'm gonna be a beach bum in that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Shout out to the whole 305, the whole, the Gunshine State, the MIAO.
I know we're talking about shows and stuff, so I'll just ask this one. The Lazy Taco 512. Are you guys doing Austin? I don't think I asked that.
Okay, so no Austin, right? But hopefully with Pete going out to Austin to be a guest.
Well, I'm going to be out there doing something at Cap City, but hopefully I'll make that connect. If not, the Velveeta Room has offered.
Cool.
Yeah.
For future reference.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Mm-hmm. All right, guys, let's see.
Was that the first question?
That was the first question, technically. Okay. Yeah.
I love Austin. I was just out there, man. It's kind of crazy.
that whole 6th Street. Whew, I'm just too old for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I went out there, check
you
this out. I went out there for my cousin's 21st birthday. I was in the middle of competing, so I was annoyed. Bodybuilding competition. So I couldn't eat anything that they were having, and I obviously couldn't drink. So I was so sober, and I mean, not that I get lit or anything, but I was sober anymore. So I was
I'm not like that no more.
I was watching everyone. I was like, gosh, is this what it was like back then? Like, I just couldn't do it anymore. Like, I just was watching everybody get wasted. I'm like,
and then you got them big ass.
Sorry for them tomorrow
You got them
morning.
big ass horses with cops on top of them. You know, it's like a cop horse. They just, and then
they're shitting everywhere.
I mean, and if you're drunk, you might step in some shit. You might get into some shit. So you just got to be on your toes, man.
The last time I went there was for an Honor Invitational. We were helping with the production side of that, and afterwards we went out 6th Street and 2 fights that night. I saw 2 fights go down.
I seen a dude on Real World MTV. One of them seasons, dude got knocked out bad on 6th Street.
Oh, for real?
I think it was a cast member. He ran into them UT boys like, bitch, what you say? Sasculero.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
It's fucked up.
All right, well, let's start with a question here. At Monchi713. It says,
¿Qué onda, Monchis? What happened to you?
What's your marriage secret, question mark? So the way I interpreted it was, what's y'all's, literally, how do y'all make it work?
Man,
what's the secret?
Who goes first?
What's the secret to it all?
So, I think one, you need to believe in each other. You have to love each other.
Okay.
Communicate with one another, and you have to pick your battles, definitely, because there's some times where I just have to take a deep breath with Chingo, and then and I'm sure he has to do the same for me.
You know, because I get fussy.
I've got my quirks too, you know, so I'm not like acting like I'm perfect, you know. I have these little OCD problems. They're a little out there.
That couch needs to be half a centimeter to the
I have this thing with uneven stuff. So
the
if
rug,
I see
man,
it,
the rug we're standing on, sitting on.
Remember that?
Oh boy, when we were assembling the studio, it's like the rug is at a 93 degree. It's not 90 degrees. It's not flush to the 3rd tile from the 3rd column to the left. The chi energy is not conducive.
But I think a lot of it has to do with communication. I think I'm better at it now, but
respect. Here's what it is, man.
Yeah.
What it is, bro, for marriage is you got to already have just a long road of just life and just, you know, ups and downs and the ego. And it's just one of those like, man, fuck it. Look, we ain't getting no young.
And being married is a business. It's a business. You have to treat it like a business. Okay. So you've got to work at it.
CEO.
No, you got to work at it. You know, you've got to listen to one another, because in a business, if you have a business partner, if you don't listen to one another, you fail. Mm-hmm. So
I was your lover and your secretary.
Yeah.
It's like a business.
So it's a business.
Working every day of the week.
Yeah. That's not a good song though, because he cheated.
What movie is that again? Can't Buy Me.
It's one of the Tyler Perry's.
No, it ain't Tyler Perry.
It wasn't a Tyler Perry.
No. Tyler Perry was probably doing plays at the time.
You just
the one with
upset
Angela Bassett. It was like she burnt the clothes. Was that Angela Bassett? Fuck, I don't know.
I don't remember.
Anyway, Mary J. Blige. 11 years.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I don't remember what this movie is. But you have to treat it like a business. So, and just like we sit down and we discuss business plan, like what we're doing, you've got to sit there and evaluate your business. Yeah. What are we doing wrong? What can we fix? What can we improve? You know, I don't like this. You don't like that.
I mean, you got to peep game too, fellas. You know, so you have to know, like, you know, you kind of know what it's going to take to keep her happy. You know, and like she said, like, you know, there's some battles. It's like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna let you make it. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm not gonna pull teeth on this one. But yeah, everything you mentioned, you know, obviously you got to be on the same mind frame, y'all got to like grow together and keep your ego in check, so it's not one of those like, well, fuck you then, well, fuck it then, well, fuck it then, let's do this shit, fuck it, you know, fuck it, half this table's mine, what the fuck, you know, half them coffee mugs coming with me.
We've talked about this though. It's funny. I think we mentioned it here one time. Like, yep, it wouldn't work out for a divorce for us because Pete would be nice and kind of, hey,
it's just too much, you know.
It's too much work. Hey, do you think that you can help me out? Like,
out in the world, out in life, out in the world, there's just too much paperwork as an adult that you shouldn't have to go at alone. So all this mail, somebody got to open this mail. Somebody got to read all this mail, and that, you know what I'm saying. That's why I'm not ever leaving her, bro. Like,
not because he loves me, but
because in order for me to have a conducive adult life, I need help in the paperwork department.
That's hilarious.
But really, man, like this is how I look at life, man. Like, if your priority is to have a family, if that's your priority, if your priority is like, man, I just want, a whole bunch of kids, because kids are a blessing to keep you up at night, and you just you just want, if that, you just want love, if that's what's harmonious, if that's making it to you, if that's success to you, if that's like the most rewarding shit, then you're gonna have to work at it, right? Nothing worth having is gonna be just easy. Yeah. So it takes maintenance. It's constant. You think I want to do sit-ups in the gym? No, she like, you know what I'm saying? She want her a little strong core. You know what I'm talking about? You think I like, you know what I'm saying, hitting biceps? No, she needs something to grab on in case she gets scared. Watching Bird Box.
There you go.
So if you're trying to get you some Bird Box, you gotta stay on it.
So speaking of Bird Box, we talked about that with Adam, which that episode already dropped, but we didn't really talk about it amongst us three. Did y'all have
you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Okay, what'd you think?
I think me and Sol had the same idea. I had too many questions at the end of it all. But somebody I saw online broke it down like there was the theory behind it was like this not conspiracy theory, but apparently it's like it talks to some mythology of like what they were seeing were like these like Greek mythology type of creatures that showed your fear or made your fear come out in you, and instead of, I think, facing your fears, you just killed yourself or something. Crazy. Dark. Yeah, well, Lil Rel, his character, remember he's the guy that worked at the grocery store that was
and he had all the
nerdy until he was going to write a novel. Well, he mentioned like 5, 6, 7 examples.
Yeah, you're right.
And I remember as a kid, like some other, I don't know what part of Mexico they're from or where they got this from, but they used to have one of their little like cucuy things where it's like, oh, Pete, if somebody says your name, like it might not be that, like don't look at them, don't turn, like don't listen, it might not really be that person.
What? No way,
man. They used to be into scary shit when we were kids, bro.
Well, yeah, one time I went to Mexico City, and I remember we were playing at this park. And no, my uncle said, "Hey, everybody, we gotta go. It's time for we gotta go. It's time." And I'm like, "What's time for what?" Like all these bad spirits come out. So everybody was leaving the park. It's like they knew at this time some shit happened at this park. And we left. I vividly remember that.
Oh, they're like, "Hey, welcome to Mexico City. Let's take the kids to the park." And then after a little while, it's like, "Fuck, what time is it?"
But you want to tell you a funny story about Bird Box. So I had just watched it, and it was kind of late at night.
It sounds kind of like a strip club. Like they be popping that Bird Box at the Bird Box. Burr, 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 burr. Anyway, go on.
And I'd gone to Target, right? So I get out. Our driveway is long.
Yeah.
So I get out, and I hear someone. I'm like, what? And I look at the back, at the studio, and I'm like, Pete? And he doesn't answer, and I'm like, what in the world? I'm like power walking. I'm like walking super fast. And then I hear, I turn around, it's my neighbor. I said, boy, I was about to have a nervous breakdown. He was saying, hey, how are you?
Oh, damn.
But with the wind, it was one of those days, it was super windy.
It mixed with the wind. And then some chimes. And
the leaves started picking up.
Yes, it did. I swear. I swear. And he started laughing. I said, I just watched Bird Box. I told him, I said, and I heard you from in the wind because I was on the side right here.
Yeah.
So I couldn't see him, but he already saw me because he was at the fence with his dog. So he assumed that I had already seen him. So I guess that's why he greeted me. But I hadn't seen him. And I
just heard him.
Boy,
she said, I closed my eyes.
I am the biggest scaredy cat in
Hey, but back in the day,
world.
Scary movies were like scary.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Bird Box because I look at it as like a sci-fi.
It was like people kept saying it was suspenseful. It wasn't scary.
Well, yeah. I think that's... it's subjective, right? Everybody has different tastes. But here's what's so tricky about Bird Box, bro. Real talk. It's so big in terms of like the zeitgeist and like hot topic that motherfuckers who ain't seen it have such a fucking opinion about it. They're like, oh man, it's just whack because it's just like The Quiet Place, and it's kind of like, and why the fuck, and why would they call it Bird Box? It should be something else because birds in the box don't scare me. I'm like, have you seen it? No, but it's everywhere and everybody talking about it and there's memes, and I'm like, okay, well. And another thing too is if you
were in Mexico when we saw the memes, remember?
Yeah, so there's another thing too. if you go into it with the assumption of, okay, this is supposedly super scary and it's going to scare the shit out of me and I'm going to be scared, well, it might not really be that kind of movie. So to me, it's not supposed to be Poltergeist or what's the one with the little, she spins her head? Exorcist. It's not going to be Exorcist, right? And it's probably not even Jaws, but I like
Jaws was the minute you heard that song, that
Spielberg,
was it.
Amen. Spielberg did his thing.
I saw the graphics, I think, for like the percentage of people that saw Bird Box, and if I'm not mistaken, it was upwards of like 93% of people that have Netflix have seen Bird Box.
Wow.
You imagine that?
That many people.
That many people. So the small majority that's talking all that shit is just like literally a handful of people that haven't seen it.
I mean, I don't know. I guess maybe because like I enjoyed it.
I liked it.
I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it too. I mean, you know. I would have liked another ending, but I get it.
And
like,
even
I
your
get
sister,
it.
even your sister was like, "Y'all see that movie they're making fun of? It must be so dumb." And I was like, "Just because they're memes doesn't mean it's dumb." You know, it's like maybe it's just like they're just like clowning elements of it. Doesn't mean the movie itself.
Do you want me to like kind of a spoiler alert for people that read the book but haven't seen the movie?
I didn't know it was a book first.
Yeah, yeah. Based off a book, it's super dark. It's even darker, the ending. So apparently, this is maybe like skip 30 seconds if you don't want to hear this. But in the book, when they made it to the school, apparently somewhere along the lines, one of those things had made it into the school, and people had seen it. And when they saw it, instead of like killing themselves, they made themselves go blind. So they would stab themselves in the eyes and make themselves go blind. So like it's in the school, and they're basically all gonna die in there.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, it sounds like a pretty dope fucking book, even, you know, because then you can use your own imagination. Like, I got into Ready Player One, like the book, and the movie was like, okay, it's cool, but it just had like that Disney feel to it. It's kind of like, oh, this is my imagination saw it one way, the way I casted the motherfucker, you know, you know, my production value, the graphics, my mind is able to create, basically.
Avatar style.
What I'm trying to say.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's another one. Avatar, bro. Speaking of books and movies, a long time ago, I was into this little... there's a dude named Ray Kurzweil.
Oh, yeah.
The futurist guy. So Ray Kurzweil put out a handful of books, and I don't know how I stumbled across his shit, but he had one where he's predicting... I forget... I don't know if it's called like the era of machines or the spirit of machine. I can't remember which one it is, but it's a thick-ass book, and he's just like telling you how the future is going to be. And he's just like... And he breaks it down real simple, like, well, wait a minute, Ray. Like, how is it possible that you could take someone's consciousness and put it into this, like, cyborg? Or what do you mean, bionic? Or whatever. And he'd be like, yeah, I know it's stuff from the movies. But at Duke University, there's a program where they're developing some of the baby phase of this.
The Singularity.
I think that's the book.
Yeah, that's the book. There's a movie, a documentary on it, too. The Singularity.
I think that's the book. So long story short, tying it into Avatar, he had a whole chapter about avatars he broke down the science, how they're going to be able to have your consciousness in this other thing or whatever. And there's been a ton of movies. There's one with like, I think Bruce Willis. There's like, there's a whole bunch now, right?
Yeah.
But
I think Her is kind of like that, right?
Well, yeah, Her has to do with like AI,
yeah,
which is all in, it's all in there, but it's
I'm not
Spike
ready
Jonze.
For any of that.
I'm so ready for it.
Really?
Fuck yeah.
I am not.
He want to have him Don, close your ears. Close your ears, Don. This ain't got nothing to do with you. He want to have him a robot bitch. That's kind of like, I'm a program this whole to act right.
I think it's so scary because where were we reading, babe, that some robot killed?
I don't know if it was real. It was like a clip on Instagram where it's like a lady giving a speech. She's like at a Japanese laboratory.
He was trying to decipher if it was...
It looked edited, like they did something. But the story of the robot thing was like, supposedly they're developing AI, like these little robots. And as a running test, and they're like, okay, let's shut this one down, and let's go ahead and shut the second one down. Well, the third one was downloading from a remote satellite information on how to like reproduce it, like something like not shut down and outsmart the creators.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, I'd read something similar where the same thing, two computers were basically talking to each other, and
See,
they didn't know what it was, so they ended up just shutting down the computers.
Okay. I heard that shit was true.
Yeah, that one's for sure true.
That one.
That was at a university.
I heard, well, my facts might be fucked up unless I'm thinking of something else. I heard Facebook was developing some AI. And I think it was either Google's AI or Facebook's AI, where basically the scientists were like monitoring. This is like the layman's version, right?
You're so spot on.
So the scientists were like, allowing them to program. Obviously, Elon Musk, he's the type of dude that's like, we got to be careful with this shit. Other people are like, nah, it's going to be all right. So supposedly, I think it was Facebook AI department, one of these people, Google, Hotmail, Yahoo. I don't know, one of these motherfuckers. I don't know what Yahoo's AI department looks like right now. So anyway, they're having the simulation, like the programs, the computers are doing a thing, and they notice like, wait. They had created their own little language, and they had the scientists in the dark. We're like, hold on.
See, I'm not ready for that.
Like,
no, I'm not.
Can you imagine? They're like, wait, what is...
I'm going to be so antisocial and stay in my house. I'm going to do Bird Box and just stay in my house.
That's what they were doing. They're like, they're talking and then shut it down. Shut it down.
I heard like the government stepped in. It was like, hey, we're not really like prepared for... This is moving kind of fast. And that's the whole theory behind that singularity thing.
The trajectory of it.
To where the way I think it broke down in the book is if you look at like human history, it would take a long time to reach big advancements like the printing press, the radio frequency, the telephone, the television, color TV. And then now it's like internet, YouTube, now it's like faster. And the theory is once the innovation is equal or faster than time itself, it creates a graph on those innovations, like a dinosaur tail, where it creates a straight line up, and that's supposed to be like this huge, like fucking cognitive leap, awakening, crazy.
Damn.
Basically, you're gonna have Ubers that drive themselves. Is what I'm trying to say. That's it.
Dude, you guys ever watch Black Mirror?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Then you watched all that kind of crazy shit.
Yeah, I've seen we saw a few episodes.
The one with the daughter.
With the tablet where she can see the Archangel one. Dude,
that's what
but that's coming. I guarantee you.
I'm sure that's out there. We just don't know about it.
They censored her vision.
Yeah.
Because you want to nerf the world. Like you want to protect your kids so they don't see anything that stresses them out. But that's kind of like normal.
Right. We were talking about immune systems the other day, remember? Yeah.
Peanuts.
It always goes back to peanuts. All right, let's segue into a question. This was kind of a loaded question, but I mean, dive into it however you want. For Marisol, how was it doing your pregnancy completely natural, giving birth naturally, ? And also, are you pro-vaccinations or anti-vaccinations?
Okay, let's start with the vaccination.
Okay.
So we follow the Dr. Sears method.
All right.
So we don't...
Which sounds hella... She made it sound like real scientific.
It's not. All it is
Googled the shit.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you not give your baby all the vaccines?
So I don't give my baby all her vaccines. Now, I was anti-vaccines at first, right?
It's scary.
Because it's just scary. And I watched this movie called Vaxxed. So if you have time, it's a documentary. Watch it. And it's just... scares the shit out of you. As a first-time parent, I've never had kids. Obviously, I want to do, I worked out my entire pregnancy because I wanted her to be healthy. I tried to introduce different foods because supposedly they can, I don't know how true any of it is, but I did it, right? So we decided we were going to do the Dr. Sears method, which is we only give... It sucks because you got to go back more frequently to the doctor because then you got to go back to...
Yeah, but basically, like you break it down to where they're not getting like all this mercury or some of these vaccines. They bundle them up where it's like RME, like what is it, rubella, measles, some other shit, and then sometimes they give it to them too young. So this Dr. Sears thing is kind of like break them up.
Here's another problem that needs to be addressed. Also, is because my baby was born at home, not every pediatrician will take her because she was not monitored or in the system the entire time, I guess. So a lot of pediatricians won't see you.
It might be a liability reason. I don't know. Maybe.
And so a lot of pediatricians wouldn't take me because she was born at home. So my midwife referred me to some at-home births friendly pediatricians and also vaccination friendly pediatricians because we got new insurance and I was trying to switch her over to a new pediatrician, and they were like, nah, she needs to get all her vaccinations. Like, we're going to have to get, I was like, nah, bro, that's not how it works.
You know, because as a parent, you know, you want to make the right choice and you don't want to mess nothing up. But as a conspiracy theorist, I highly recommend, even if you ain't got kids, this vax thing, it's like, whoa, it's trippy. Like this one lady, it's kind of sad. This one lady, she had, were they twins? She had twins.
Boy, girl, twins.
She had twins, boy, girl. Boom. She went into the thing because they were scheduled, right? This is the recommended schedule by the Center of Disease Control. So the government are the ones that's like, yeah, we have a contract with a vaccine manufacturer. We cut a big ass check, and
so the CDC made the schedule.
Yeah, but if I'm not mistaken, you want to Google, but it's like a schedule recommended by the CDC for citizens, and for the most part, vaccines make a whole lot of sense.
And the difference is that we used to get live vaccines. Now they're dead.
Yeah, so you're pumping it, or was it backwards? I can't remember.
Okay,
but vaccines have changed.
Yeah,
for sure. You know, because some ladies have the scar on the arm. So as a conspiracy theorist, you know, because some stuff, so especially it reminds me of like the Adam Scorgie stuff. Like we watched The Union, but it's ironic how sometimes it's like, wait, so hemp was legal and then they banned it and they made it legal again, and you know, it's just all fucked up and it doesn't make any sense. Like, wait, you're banning a plant? And so like with the vaccines, it's trippy because it's like, well, why did they put mercury in them again, and why so much, and who's in charge of, and what's the data look like really? I'm not gonna fucking read the report, but
yeah. So that was our reason. So that's my thing on anti or pro or against.
And that was from at Creek Tribe _. So that was the first. That's
the first part. Second part. So I don't dog anyone who's giving birth is giving birth, right? If you've had an epidural, that was your choice, and that's how you chose to have your child, right? However, having zero medication to have a child, none whatsoever, is empowering like no one. I swear to you, I feel like I can do anything in the world. There is zero challenge that I cannot handle because of it.
And not to go too deep on like the hospital stuff and, you know, home versus hospital, whatever, because, you know, my 10-year-old was born in a hospital. But what documentary was it where it says the Pitocin, that hormone that they're giving you to induce labor, and then if you get an epidural, and how that's why sometimes the baby's blood pressure is crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It was on a Ricky Lake documentary also, which is talking about home births, and I can't remember the name of it.
Ricky Lake, the talk show host?
Yeah, she did because she ended up having a home birth, and so she did a whole documentary, and she actually followed a very well-known midwife. What's her name? Anna May.
Yeah, I think so.
Something. I forget what I have all her books, but. So she does a whole documentary, which is pretty interesting too, and it's crazy because it's a natural thing to have your child the way. I'm not saying I don't want to sound like I'm dogging anybody because giving birth is giving birth at the end of the day, but my experience giving birth at home, it was awesome that I woke up after giving birth in my own bed. I showered in my own house. My baby was next to me the entire time. I didn't have to wait to see her, and she didn't cry.
Mickey was asleep in the next room over, and then she like comes in like, "What's happening?" Like, y'all making noise, and she's like, "Oh my God, is that my sister?" Yeah, baby had just been born, right? And she's like, "Why didn't y'all call me?" It's like, it just happened, bro. You know, and I'm like, hold me, I'm crying.
And I'm not saying that we're planning to have another one or anything, but if I did have another one, because of my fibroid situation, they kind of, I guess, recommend that I have a C-section, right? Because that way they can go ahead and do 2-in-1, take out the fibroids and then deliver the baby. But I told him, I said, actually, I think I'm going to go ahead and just if I had another baby, I'll go ahead and have it at home and then put up with the fibroids and then wait the 6 months and then have the surgery and call it a day.
Instead of doing a C-section.
Instead of doing a C-section.
But one of these documentaries, bro, they actually do a really good job, like on some Adam Scorgie shit. Like even if you don't have kids, like the propaganda that came into play when, oh no, midwife, that's some that's from the old country. It was like a campaign in New York that was trying to there's always ulterior motives,
right?
That was trying to scare people that like no, a hospital is the ideal environment. But what's happening is people getting sick in there, like they're taking you to where the sick people are, and then you just run risk with like,
and you're just another patient. They need you out. You know what I'm saying? Hurry up, get better. Did you have your baby? Cool. Now we got to go because we need need this bed. In my case, here's the thing for me was, and I'm not saying I need to be pampered or anything like that. I was in my home, and then my midwife came and sat with us, like after. I don't know, like
a little recap,
and she just kind of told me what happened, and she's like, "You didn't know, and this is what was going on." And actually, my baby had the cord tied around
her foot,
and for a minute she couldn't find, like the heartbeat was sounding rare, but she never told me that. At no point did I ever feel.
They're professionals. Yeah.
I never felt like there was anything.
Oh, in the hospital, guess what? They'd have moved me out the way. They'd have probably made a big fuss. But here's an example of one of the biggest differences between like. You know,
and he can vouch for it because he's experienced both. I've never.
True.
So I know this is like sound like the midwife episode, but peep game. This shit's interesting. It's very interesting from a conspiracy theorist fucking point of view.
That's me.
All right, check this out. So a midwife is going to try to follow the path of the natural birth. Like she's there as a coach and she's kind of assisting because why? Women were made for this. They were built for this. So it's going to happen. Like baby's going to come out. Don't worry. And so if you want to do some Nicki Minaj type squats, you know, to help the baby loosen up, you can. If you want to get in the tub, you can. If you want to lay down, you can. There's like all this different stuff, like take a shower. In the hospital, oh, no, you strapped in. Where are you going? Oh, no, you want to eat? Fuck no, not on my clock. You're gonna chew on these fucking ice chips. Why? Because in case we gotta cut you open, that makes our job a lot fucking easier. Oh, and another thing is we're gonna have you at this altitude. That way, me as a doctor, you know, a man usually, it's like I'm not having to bend over and hurt my back. So really, this is all set up for the fucking guy who probably, not saying that they're inexperienced or anything, but a lot of times, statistically speaking, this is some important shit. Statistically speaking, a lot of times they don't even have experience with a natural vaginal like birth. They're used to like cut them open, anything, cut them open. Like usually it's like let's just schedule it. No, isn't it easier? Don't you want to just schedule it, knowing your baby's gonna be here? So they really push for that. And the mortality rate of minority women, black women and Hispanic women in the hospital system, because sometimes genetically there's just different things. Like Serena Williams was a big public example. She was on like high blood pressure.
Yeah.
The midwife told us, she's like, Serena Williams went through some shit. She's like, I know she's on high blood pressure medicine. They probably got her on this. Now
she almost died, right?
Yes. So they're like, now she's in the hospital. She's complaining, hey, this hurts. I'm feeling this. I'm feeling that. They're like, oh, it must be nothing. She says what happened is the stuff that's protocol to them, the stuff that they instantly want to pump you up with or whatever, it conflicted with her other medication, and these motherfuckers ain't catch it. She's like, I knew what the fuck was going to happen. And she's like, they didn't catch it. She fuck around, almost died. And it goes back to like, for whatever reason, minority mortality rate in the state of Texas. I don't have the fucking numbers in front of me.
But they're pretty high.
But it's kind of like...
My midwife is super... I'm sure there's a bunch of midwives that are awesome. I'm not saying mine's the best, but to me, she's the best. You know, she's my midwife. So she had a lot of knowledge. It was never... Here's my thing with her, too. When I first went to go see her, she said to me, you don't have to pick me. I just wanted to meet you and you to meet me. You can go to another... because the women's hospital also has midwives there.
Or you can go to the hospital.
So she gave me options at all times. She never said, also when I found out I had fibroids, she said, you don't have to continue to use a midwife. You can start seeing a doctor if you want. If that makes you feel more comfortable, because you'll have constant I guess, updates on the fibroids, because they'll always do ultrasounds. When you see a midwife, they only send you to do an ultrasound if you want to find out what you're having, the gender, and if she sees if something sounds off or odd. But other than that, they don't do.
But you are visiting the midwife more often than someone would be going to a doctor.
I saw my midwife almost every week.
We were there all the time.
Yeah.
And sorry, I don't want to lollygag on fibroids and shit, but in the doctor setting, they have a different approach. They're just like, oh, that's a fuck ton of fibroids. Yeah, it's like you have twins.
You're gonna bleed.
You're gonna be a bleeder.
You're gonna bleed so much, and
you're gonna be fucking huge.
Which I was.
Basically, yeah. But it's basically like, it's kind of like, hey kid, if you can hear me in there, good luck, because you're fucking surrounded by these things.
On the other hand,
in essence, her approach is more like, now your little friends are in there.
Talk to her every time she was on my belly.
Like basically like, make sure you make yourself some space, and hopefully our little friends, like, we're gonna love our little friends. We're gonna basically coexist with the little friends. We can't go in there and do anything. Hopefully they're nice and they just kind of move out the way a little bit.
And so she would tell me,
from a customer service side, come on, bro,
sold.
You got somebody explaining stuff to you, and
100%. I was never in the dark. I always understood the minute. And what set a flag off for her about the fibroids was I was only like,
you're
6
measuring
weeks,
bigger than,
and she was like,
how many months are you?
Wait, how far along are you? She's like, no, something's up here. She's like, you're way too big for.
Apparently the ladies walking around the grocery store must be midwives too, because they'd be like, damn, you about to bust.
Yeah.
Holy shit, what were you do yesterday?
At the Michoacana?
Like, I'm 4 months.
I know, whenever I was pregnant, it was like, so, and here's weird too. When my baby would go see the doctor, because I'd have to get these fibroids looked at frequently, right? Man, she knew. She'd hide when they'd have to check her heart. She'd scare the crap out of me every time. I thought something was wrong with her, but it's like she didn't like being there. We went when it was time to go see the midwife, and she's like, "How's my baby?" She was
kicking, boom, boom,
kicking.
Boom.
She knew.
Cool.
That used to freak me out. Like, does she really know? Like, she really knows. Like, she knows we're at the doctor's today.
We have to take her. The midwife's down the street. We should take our 5-month-old. Just be like, remember me?
Yeah. So it's crazy.
Yeah. Anytime I think of kids, I always go to just like, we're just all a bunch of aliens. We are aliens. We're out there looking for like extraterrestrial creatures. Like, we are aliens.
Yeah, technically.
Well, they say we've only gone 2 miles deep in the ocean. And I was listening to Mo Amer. He did a podcast, and he was talking about how the Hubble telescope people, like, they took like a little square inch, like, in that right there in the sky. It's like 10,000 galaxies in just that one little thing where you just put your thumb right there.
So that's my answer.
That's the most in depth.
It was probably more than what she wanted to hear.
It's the baby update episode. We interrupt this program to bring you a special update.
The midwife report.
Yeah.
This segues into a good one from. Let me find that again. At Jesse Heredia.
Meanwhile,
or Jess at Jess M.
Oh, okay, Heredia. Yeah.
Very regular and loves the podcast. Love Y'all's Connection. What's your favorite podcast to listen to? Each one of you.
Me, Joey Diaz. Just because, like, this motherfucker's a hell of a storyteller, and it's almost like comforting in a way. Like, just, it's like a little habit where I know it's part of my routine. If my day's going off, I'm like, okay, well, did I write my journal? Yeah. Did I meditate? Fuck, I ain't listened to Joey yet. That's what the fuck it is. So it just kind of like allows me to just get out of my own little head and just listen to a motherfucker tell a story. And it's just like, does that make sense? It's almost like you're at work. You're at work, and it's like background.
So I listen to the same podcast he does for the most part, but I listen to like How It Was Built, just because I like the entrepreneur stories. I listen to the Oprah Winfrey one. I also listen to like the murder ones, Serial.
Oh yeah, you like those?
I like those.
Still, you listen to those?
Well, there's nothing updated yet. No. It's old episodes, but that was one. Yeah, but I mean, I check it to.
I'm getting a little scared because I went through your podcast playlist and I ain't seen that in a while.
Yeah, so Those are mine, probably. I follow a breastfeeding one as well.
Hers are like how to kill a motherfucker, how to catch a motherfucker slipping.
Oh my god. Let's see. We got at Susie the Star. Mighty Soul, what are your thoughts on marijuana? Hey.
Nothing. I mean, it's great.
It's great.
She's like, I ain't got no thoughts.
It's great.
You mean this? You mean this over here?
It's a plant. It's a herb. It's good for you.
I think it's been vilified and scapegoated, much like the Mexican American culture.
Speaking of, though, there's someone who reached out to me and I can't find her. And I want to find her. And she offered to give me a THC, CBD facial. And I can't find her in my...
I'll give you the THC one. The THC. I'm going to make a little cream.
Oh, man. I saw that coming a mile away. No pun intended.
I didn't say anything. She's just like, she wants to give me a CBD facial.
So, speaking of that, kind of, sort of.
THC pearl necklace.
Stupid.
I'm like, where's this going?
Methamphetamine, Dirty Sanchez.
Oh my god!
All right, let's segue
on that note.
Hey, it goes back to the how to keep your marriage together. You got to represent for the rent. You can't go up in and play no games, baby. This is the kind of confidence you get when you do study hall, bro.
That's true.
This is the kind of confidence you get, bro. And I told her that. I said, you see that? You look at me. You see that? You see that?
Look into the camera.
That's what
and
happened.
Do that.
You see that? Look at me. Did you feel all that? That's when a motherfucker get him some study hall. So now I just feel secure and confident by myself. Now that's not even on my mind. I know that's taken care of, but we trying to take care of you right now.
God damn. Everyone felt that right through the lens. At CL Mendez 3. So this is kind of a lengthy one, so maybe we'll shorten it up. What 6 people, living or dead, would you invite over for dinner? Tacos are on the menu, of course.
6 people living or dead?
Living or dead.
Shit, let's get Cantinflas in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace. Let's get Pimp C in this motherfucker, because we always need some realness and trillness. Shit, who else?
Frida Kahlo for me.
Okay, cool. Frida. Who else we getting?
That's 3.
Cuauhtemoc. No.
I'd like J-Lo in here.
She's living or dead. My bad. I was going straight to the dead. Because it's like they're not even here, so it's like you're going that much further to get this guest. Like, man, you don't even know what we went through to get this, dead person.
Mine would be Oprah too.
Okay.
Oprah. Mine would be Oprah, J-Lo,
Pimp C, Frida Kahlo,
Cantinflas, for sure.
Cantinflas. That'd be a hell of a party.
Yeah, it would.
Who else? How many is that? 5. Shit, maybe throw some DJ Screw up in there, get a freestyle session going. Hey. Frida pass it to Oprah.
To Pimp C, then DJ Screw.
Yeah.
Close it out, Pimp. Oh.
And then The Rock is just hyping everybody up in the background.
And then The Rock could be
the best 2019 of your life kind of thing.
Yeah, he could be Instagramming it.
Yeah.
All right, that's a pretty good list. There you go. That's a good one. Let me shift over to the other question.
And then there's going to be like an action adventure film starring Cantinflas and The Rock.
Oh, wow. That would be crazy.
Cantinflas going to be on his Instagram like, yo y el rock.
Is your sister-in-law still single?
Man, you never know. I believe so. It's still early in the year. We're going to give Cynthia a little bit of time. We're going to cut her some slack. At Hazel_Artemis. We don't know where the Artemis came from.
That's what I call her. Yeah, every time I bring her up, I just say, how's Artemis?
Hazel Artemis.
What was I going to tell you? It was funny. Oh, did I tell you this already, right?
What?
How she said, I don't know where is this before she had heard the episode?
Right.
So she hadn't heard it. It's just like, man, I've been getting all these requests on my Instagram. I don't know what's going on. And she's like, it needs to go on private. I'm like, here's my thing about private accounts. Why are you on social media if you're on a private account?
Yeah.
What pisses me off about private accounts is you might have a dope ass meme. I can't even share it to my store, my little store.
Now I got to screenshot it and not give you credit for it. Whatever.
Pretty much.
That's fine.
Yeah. I don't ever get it. None of my accounts were ever private.
When that screenshot came out, that was it. I said, wait. My meme's gonna be lit. Because before that, it was iffy.
Oh my god!
You was having to come up with your own memes.
At Eliza Beth. That's funny. Elizabeth. Will you just go? So, into what we were talking about earlier, are you and Marisol going to be having more kids? Love the podcast, by the way.
Man, sometimes my child don't know how to behave, and it causes
I'm 50-50.
She's bad.
She's not bad. She's not
she
bad.
She gets up early.
She's cute. She's just being a baby.
She's a cutie pie.
Nothing you can do about it. I'm 50-50 only because
I want more kids.
We're busy.
The process is difficult, and it's a lot to juggle.
But I don't want Penny to be by herself. Although she has a sibling, obviously.
But they're 10 years apart.
So
it's like two only
so Mickey's like an only child. She comes and she plays, and same thing too. They don't have nothing in common. So Mickey plays with her for a little bit, and then she's done because obviously she wants to go do 10-year-old shit. You know, she don't want to do baby stuff the whole time. You know. So I do want another one, but I guess we'll just see.
I'm 5 years older than my little sister, and that's like, I find it to be the best little gap. 5 years in between.
No, I can't wait 5 years, brother. That put me at 40.
That's all right. Joey Diaz is like 52.
No, I can't. So we've discussed this. If it's going to happen, it has to happen next year. Oh. That's it. That's my cutoff. It's done after that.
But
that puts me at 38, and then by the time the baby's born, no.
They're gonna be in Mexico like, esta se le pasó el tren.
She's like, that's what Luisa told me.
El avión.
Yeah. So no. So if it happens, it'd have to happen. We'd have to make a decision. Hey, we'd have to make a very good business decision by next year to see if it's well,
first we're gonna see what's up with that CBD facial.
Yeah.
And then
oh my God.
No, but look, we got this nice little daycare looking back.
We need to do the podcast one day out there.
Yeah.
Just, right?
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool for them to see.
Hear birds and shit.
Yeah. Well, just for them to kind of see what the backyard looks like.
Well, this is the city of Houston, so you might hear like ambulances and helicopters and shit.
Police cops. Police cars.
Police cops.
You know, police horses.
Police cops, yeah.
Police horses. That's funny. You know?
That kind of rounds out the best questions we had, everybody.
Awesome.
Yeah, and going back to the kids thing in the backyard and stuff like that is I had a great time in Mexico City. I was getting a kick out of just looking at, you know, my wife and kids, just looking at stuff. You know, especially like the little baby, you know, the little ones. And it's like, oh, I wonder if she's going to remember this, or like, look at that statue, look at those buildings, or we're out here, you know, look at the OXXO. How many OXXOs is that?
Yeah.
This little 7-Eleven.
Like, that's 18 OXXOs.
She's like, oh my God. Like,
what are these?
What are these OXXOs?
No, what did she say? XOXO.
Oh, XXO.
Oh, yeah, or something like that. She was like, what are those?
Have you heard of those, Rob?
No.
It's like this little 7-Eleven Circle K that they're everywhere in Mexico. Everywhere in Mexico. So sometimes they're like across the street from each other. They're around the corner from each other. So, and here's the thing. They got it down to a science, bro, because they don't carry everything. Like if you want to go in there and find like a chapstick or like, you know, pimple cream or like just random shit, they're like, nah, bro. It's, you know, it's hot dogs, coffee, like Gatorades, every kind of chocolate and chip. It's just junk, right? And the way I look at it is that's like that Western processed junk food that's now easily accessible. Like it's just more fucking mugrero, you know?
Yeah.
My baby had beans the other day.
Yeah?
Yeah, first time.
First time having beans.
Frijoles. 5 months, right?
Fiber, straight
6.
fiber.
6 months?
The January 11th.
Friday. Tomorrow.
Okay. Oh, cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
6 months.
Badass.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Do they start eating like...
Well, Luisa mushes it and turns it into basically
Gerber.
Yeah. It's cool because I bought her a bunch of pouches, right? And at first I was like, well, I don't really want to buy pouches because,
like
you know, they're
pouches?
not homemade and, you know, and I was just like, I tried it.
It's not organic.
It's not organic. Exactly. So, I tried them and she loved them. So I told Luisa about it. She was like, oh, well, what happened with you wanting them to be natural? And I was like,
got him.
Because she was going out of her way of, she boils the
beans.
Like
she boils the potatoes. She boils the apples.
Applesauce.
It makes her homemade applesauce. Makes her,
fresh.
You know, homemade like potatoes with squash or homemade, whatever vegetable or whatever she's trying to give her. It's all homemade. And, you know, she did ask me for it. She's like, hey, when are you going to buy the baby bullet? Remember?
Oh, the blender?
Because she doesn't,
that's
you know, because
cool.
we use the blender to make other stuff. And she's like, I really don't feel comfortable. And I love that. that I don't even have to be the one to be like nitpicking. I love that she does it on her own, because trust me, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking it, you know, but I'm glad that she does it first, you know. She's real like, nah, you shouldn't do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you need to. So I bought her these pouches. I took them honestly on the trip, and she loved them while we were out there. But now that she's at home, them pouches are sitting there, and I got her the organic ones, and they're $1.59 each.
Damn, bro, I do fresh.
Yeah, she's like, no. She's like, the baby needs to have fresh, and I was like, yes, you're absolutely correct. She does.
What she's doing is making sure that you guys are going to be keeping her around for way long time.
Right. Well, she already told me. She's like, hey, you should probably start already having another kid. And I was like, whoa. She's 6 months. She's like, yeah, because, you know, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be around. She's like, you know, and I was like, oh, I guess she thinks she's going to be around for a I mean, she is. She's great. I can't even dog her. You know what I'm saying?
And I think I have a couple jokes based on her. Latino as Fuck Tour 2019, Salt Lake City, already sold out. Second show added. So, yeah, hopefully might hear a couple Luisa jokes.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
Shout out to Luisa.
Badass.
How white am I going to sound? So I've got a nanny. I know.
She's not a nanny, technically. So, she's considered just a babysitter.
I'll say babysitter, but I'm going to have to address, because, you know, Mexican macho, they're going to be like, whoa, your wife let you have, like, they're going to think it's some little young chick.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, cheerleader, babysitter?
Yeah.
Like, they're like, whoa, nobody said all that, bro. This is a lady.
I didn't know, baby, like a nanny's like an, okay, so maybe it is a nanny. I don't know, but my girlfriend corrected me, because now nannies actually have like, you can actually go to school to be a nanny. And,
they be having like, degrees
and like psychology majors, or like kid counselor.
We interviewed a couple, you know, and the interview process was very interesting.
You want to share that?
We ended up with Luisa, because I'm like, you know what, you can keep your resume, keep your little degree in your frame. We need, you know, can you hook up some chile?
Yeah. This is what you're testing.
What's your mole recipe looking like these days? I don't have a degree for that. Okay, get the fuck about it.
Give me samples of all that.
Yeah, so a lot of them. The only thing that I am going to get Luisa is, well, we all are. We're going to get CPR certified, only because now she's starting to eat. I wasn't worried about it. I mean, I'm saying it can. I'm sure anything can happen at any time, but I wasn't.
Shit, I almost choked on a goddamn taco.
Oh my God! Remember, Dalila was
in Austin.
Yeah, she was.
Well, she got me nervous, and it made me panic.
And she panicked, and she was screaming, and it scared me. We're all like, panic!
Okay, so we're in Austin, Texas. It was the Pachanga Fest in Austin. Shout out to Rich Garza. And I was in my little section. We had our pop-up truck, and we had tamales and shit like that. And so there's different food around the festival, and the way you have to like have food out at festivals, like there's like the whole code. So anyway, I bought some tacos, and the tortillas were hella dry. The chicken had dried out, so I had this dry ass taco. It was like towards the end of the festival. They're like, man, we ain't even got no sauce left. Fuck it, I'll take it. I was hungry, and I think I had smoked some of that oil pin, which just fucks with your head. Long story short, I was talking while I was eating or something, because somebody had said something to PJ, and we were trying to crack a joke and tell some people off, and I took a bite, and it was like dry, and maybe I had cotton mouth, and it just like a crumb just kind of went to the back, and I could have probably easily just, you know, kept my cool and just like, okay, well, let me just try to conjure up some saliva in this motherfucker. But then by then, my sister noticed. She starts like making a big deal, like, oh my God, Junior, hit me on the back. And I'm like, then I start thinking like, oh fuck, wait, could I die like this? Is this it? Am I really finna die from a chicken taco at
Mickey's
this festival?
crying.
Because once that thought, you know, it's like bombing. When you bomb on stage,
yeah,
it's 70% mental. It's like when you choke in a game, because you just start thinking, oh my God, we're gonna win the state fucking championship, and it's down to this one free throw. So I was like, oh my God, this is it. I'm not gonna fulfill all the dreams and shit. Like, I'm just gonna have this little piece of masa. That's it.
I feel you though. Remember that one time I was choking in the apartment by myself? Pete made some pork chops.
I must have bought some cheap meat, like the wrong, with like the chewy. It was something real callousy on it.
And so I took a little piece. I'm by myself, and so I chew it. And I'm trying to swallow it, and it gets stuck. And I'm like panicking.
Ooh.
And I'm trying my hardest to like think to myself, like, make yourself throw up so it comes up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like hitting myself in the chest, like, hard. I'm on the couch like this.
What were your thoughts?
I was thinking, I'm going to die here and no one's going to find me because Pete was not going to come back until later that evening.
So all that thought.
So all that,
you really
yeah. So I'm like, no one's going to find me. No, babe, you had left out of town that next morning.
Okay.
So I thought no one's going to find me here until he comes back from out of town.
I'm gonna be on one of those How to Get Away with Murder podcast episodes. It's like he purposely overcooked some pork chops, knowing he'd be gone for the weekend.
I was for sure waiting. Like I didn't get the key.
I'm not gonna lie. When I coughed it up,
town.
I started crying. When I coughed it up, I started crying because it felt like forever before I caught my breath, and before it felt like I was choking for a long time.
Man, one time
I threw all that meat away. Fuck this meat.
One time I literally thought I was dying because I got my wind knocked out of me so bad. This is what happened. This is in high school in New Jersey, and I was kicking at my friend Jason's house. Where did he live? At like near Asbury Park, Neptune, New Jersey. Shout out to Neptune, New Jersey. So he went to go kick it with like his little girlfriend or something, and I'm like, well, shit, let me borrow your bike. You know, I'll see y'all later. I'm gonna ride around. Y'all do what y'all do. And so I'm just like in my own little head, like hauling ass on this 10-speed. What happened?
This is part of his not athletic, not handy
No,
stories.
let me tell you. All right, high school, maybe I was like 10th grade or something. I'm on my homeboy's 10-speed. I'm going as fast as I can. I think I'm even like going downhill at this point or something. But I'm just trying to push the limits of this bike in slow motion. I look over to like my right hand on the handlebar, and I see that little brake thing is like loose, and it's slowly. It's on that little wire. Yeah. It's slowly like untangling. It's it's clank, and it hits the wheel well, whatever. It's like clank. I'm hauling. I'm looking at it in slow motion. Clank. I was like, maybe I should slow down and like do something about it. At that point, it wedges in front in the front wheel, which locks it up like a brake.
Yeah.
So it's clank, crap, and what happens? Boom! I get body slammed like chest first into the street, like the pavement, and the bike probably hit me on the back. It might have flew up, then hit me on the back. That part didn't hurt. It was that straight concrete to my little bird chest, my little 10th grade chest. No push-ups. Cool. And there was a man like working on his yard across the street. And I'm thinking this is it. I'm dying. I ruptured everything. My spleen is in my throat. I don't know what, because my wind got knocked out so bad. I was just like, I couldn't even be like help.
No, I know the feeling. Remember I told you when I went
like Full Metal Jacket when the girl's like, shoot me. Yeah. The sniper chick, the Vietnamese girl. It was like that.
Whoa.
You never seen it?
Full Metal Jacket? But I'm saying he's taking it to a whole other level.
I was like, help. And then finally the man, I guess he was trying to make me not panic because maybe he saw the panic. He's very patiently and slowly put away his lawnmower, went in his like house, got a little first aid kit, and like took his time. And the whole time I'm like, bitch, you're going inside as I'm dying. You're walking away from a dying child, sir. And then finally he walks up, he like kneels down, like, you all right? And I'm just like, I think, I don't know what I broke, sir. I think I have a broken heart, sir. No. And then that was it. I took my ass home, but I was shook up from it. Like I saw my friend's mom.
Were you like, was it sore though after, like the next day? Do you remember?
I think just the adrenaline and the fear.
Did you ride the bike back is my question.
Yeah.
That was the only way back, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
I bet you were going real slow too.
I was just thinking about my life. Like, damn, son, like that could have been it, bro. You know, your whole modeling career almost went out the door.
But I've had a situation like that happen the first time I went skiing with my girlfriend. I didn't want to be the party pooper.
Girls call their friends
girlfriend. Yeah.
Just so y'all don't think we doing some, freaky deaky.
Exactly. So I didn't want to be like the party pooper because I've never been.
They're like, damn, Chingo girl got a girlfriend. God damn.
And I didn't want to be on the bunny hill the whole time. And she's like, well, I like to be on the blues. So she's like,
what is that? I've never been skiing. Explain.
So there's like blue and blacks and the bunny hill. And I don't know what the other, a yellow maybe or something like that. This is how high the hills are.
Expert, pro, beginner.
And so she's like, I'm like, okay, well, I only just took an hour lesson. So I guess I'll risk, you know what I'm saying? Let me do it, So we get on this hill and I'm going down. Now I snowboarded. I didn't ski. So I'm like, oh shit, this is easy. I got this already. You know, I'm going down where there's a big puddle, a big pile of snow. I don't know how to maneuver yet. I don't know how to go around like she did. She went like nothing, but she goes every year.
This is skiing?
This is snowboarding.
Oh.
So she went around it like nothing, but this is something that she did with her family every year for spring break. This was my first time. So I said, oh my God, what am I going to do?
I'm from Spring Branch. It's my first time.
I hit it and I felt, so I was like, the guy told me that, you know, whenever, if you want to fall or whatever, just kind of push back and then kind of like, you know, put your hand, you know, kind of like a slide like this, you know? So I was like, I'm going too fast. It's too high up. There's no way that I can push down. And then, so I just hit it front first. And I just went whoosh, like this.
Basically got slammed.
Yeah. I just heard, and then my girlfriend kind of stopped a little bit ahead. And I hear her screaming. She's like, are you okay? And I just remember going, give me 1 minute because I can't even talk. And I just sat up and I scooted the snowboard back and I just kind of sat like this, took a deep breath, and I said, okay, ego, like you should have just told her, I'm not ready to go on this big ass hill yet. I need to stay on the bunny hill for a little bit longer.
Was the bunny hill far? Like you're going to be way off to your own?
No, it's right at the entrance. Well, I mean, I don't where we went at this resort or whatever. It was like the bunny hill was like over here, but then you have to take the lift to the bigger hills. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to be left out, you know? And then I also didn't want to be like my friend having to wait on me
so
because
did you
I got to
stay on the advance.
Yeah, I sit on the advance. I mean,
work out?
It was better. I mean, it was almost like the best thing to do. It's almost like I just dove in basically. So it was just like fine. I needed that fall. You know, I kind of needed that little, you know. And then it was after that, my girlfriend's like, "Let me show you. Down, you push back to take like to break. You know, if you were gonna hit that, you should have hit back, and then you would fall on your butt, not on your chest." And then I was like, "Oh, okay." Because them little 30-minute sessions were expensive. So I wasn't about to pay no 2 hours, you know? And so I only took a little 30-minute session and I thought I was going to be fine. I thought I was going to get to practice on the bunny hill. I didn't know my girlfriend was going to push me just to it right there and then.
So Sundance, we got to figure out if we're going to rent a car or what, so that we can go to Park City, you know, because we're doing Salt Lake. First show, sold out. Second show, added. And I'm looking forward to snowboarding. I never did that shit, so
that's gonna be fun.
That's gonna be lit.
We're gonna have to go to the thrift shop. I told you, babe.
It's gonna be lit.
We're gonna have to go to like Goodwill to find some skiing pants. Yeah. Because when I told him, I was like, we're not investing money in ski clothes. We never go. You know.
I better take some dope ass pictures with these new phones too.
I know. I'm so excited.
Yeah. As soon as I get set up,
maybe tie a GoPro to your chest. Or your helmet.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool. Maybe have a GoPro.
Latino as fuck tour. Yeah, so you could see like how slow I'm moving. It's just like, this is boring footage.
And it was funny because when you fall off the lift, it's like you when you're on the snowboard, you have to like, you're clipped in with just 1 foot. One foot is not clipped in because when you get off, you have to jump on it and clip on. Right? It's major coordination. Well, so my girlfriend,
you're jumping off and clipping in at the same time.
Yeah, and clipping in. Well, my girlfriend was an expert again. You know, so. I said, hell nah. And then you got to move quick. If you fall, you better move because the lift is still coming and there's people. So you finna get knocked out. And they'll tell you, move, you know? So I would grab onto her and I'd bring her down with me. She'd be like, Marissa, stop grabbing onto me. Because she'd have to fall with me because I was so scared. But so what I would do is I would purposely fall, scoot to the side and clip myself in, stand up, and then take off because I couldn't get the clip in.
And you're having to constantly get on that lift in order to keep playing, or you just
lift? Yeah, because you're going down, babe. And then you come down and then you go back up to get on the lift to go on the next hill.
So you're just constantly going on.
It's a ways down. Don't think it's just like and that's it. No, it's like you're going down.
So you're going down on the snow.
Yeah.
That shit.
Are you going fast? Because I suck at skateboarding.
We can do the bunny hill first.
Hey, you might stay on the bunny hill
with all the kids. There's only kids on the bunny hill. That's why honestly I didn't want to be on the bunny hill.
Ego.
Yeah. So we'll stay on the bunny hill. I mean, for me, it's been 19 years I haven't been.
Damn, that'd be great content. Just seeing you on the bunny hill with the kids. Nothing else.
Batallando.
Yeah.
Well, hey man. Hopefully one day we could take our babies to
Mickey went skiing already.
So shit, you know, let wise guys in Salt Lake know, hey, we want to come back during spring break 2020
right.
and bring the babies. But
I've never been anywhere else for spring break. As far as skiing, I went to Lake Tahoe. And that was pretty cool.
Sound like you live a privileged life, young lady.
No.
I'm looking forward to some beach time too, man. I know it's January and shit like that, but you know, when we do LA, when we live out there for June and we have all those SoCal dates, I'm gonna be taking some acting classes, so I'm gonna be busy.
I want to do something while I'm out there because I need to be productive as well. I want to do something like meetups with ladies from
cool.
LA. So I kind of want to try that, like, you know, meeting up with ladies. So I'm gonna see how I can organize that. So
yeah, we guys.
Yeah, yes, here.
Y'all, us. We should take the month of May to plan it all out.
Yeah.
All the recording we got to do before you guys leave, meetups, stuff like that.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll get a game plan for June.
Yeah, let's do it.
But yeah, cool. Any closing thoughts?
Man, just appreciate the love, man. Latinos Fuck Tour 2019. We're setting it off. New year, new drip, new momentum, the new campaign, new jokes. So, hey, we got a lot of new stuff coming.
Stay tuned.
Hey.
Bye.
What's that?